So I finally reached 1 month into my male to female gender transition, taking estradiol and spironolactone. I think I should interrupt my normal personal bits video schedule and upload this video talking about the effects so far. Not counting there's not much to talk about going on anyway. I'm joking. I'm a total liar, because I mean, floppy disks and oh my god, floppy disks. Oh, 8-inch ones. Been on these for years. We can talk about those later though, in a different video. This video can be about what effects I've noticed throughout my 1 month gender transition so far. Now, I'm not saying that my gender transition is only going to be 1 month. That would be absurd. Okay, so after 1 day, I noticed that I was peeing a lot more. That wasn't due to the estrogen, that was due to the spironolactone, which is a diuretic. That's the testosterone blocker that I'm on. After 5 days, I noticed my chest was more sensitive. It was only periodically sensitive, because whenever I was riding home from work on my tricycle, I noticed that my shirt was fluttering. It was really getting annoying in the front. That got a little more annoying later on, although now it's more of just gone sore instead of just being like ticklish. To where now I don't have to wear a jacket to like stop my shirt from fluttering, but it's still kind of annoying. At 1.5 weeks, I noticed that my chest was starting to get a little sore, like it's kind of like in this area, it was getting a little sore. I also noticed that my facial hair was growing a lot slower. I wouldn't say a lot. I'd say just at least a noticeable amount slower, to where I could maybe go a day without shaving a couple times, and I did. And it didn't make me feel weird or anything. Okay, let's see. After 3 weeks, I noticed that I may be actually having slight chest growth, which is pretty awesome. I noticed whenever I took the skin on my chest and kind of go like that, there's just a lot more stuff there. Now, of course, some people might be like, oh, I have bigger man titties than you. But when you're 120 pounds, like me, and you have this, it's a little more than I had a couple weeks ago, that's for sure. So I'm pretty helpful. Oh well. Then, at 3.5 weeks, I noticed that my my skin, especially on my face, was not nearly as greasy. And that's definitely welcome, because my face is cleared up, I think, quite a bit. Although I've gone out of like focus as I go closer, but yeah. So that's a really nice benefit. So far, no bad side effects for gender transition. Well, I forgot a few other things, so I'll concatenate this onto this list. But this is recorded after the entire filming session was done. Anyway, so I noticed after about even a few days that my libido or sex drive went down considerably, and after about a few weeks, I didn't get hardly any erections, at least no spontaneous ones. If I wanted to actually have an erection, like for instance right now, I have to like really get into the mood for it to even really get into an erection. And then if I just start thinking about something else, then it goes away pretty quickly, which I like that. I don't like having to deal with erections when I don't want them. No more morning wood, that's pretty nice. Also, no more instances of my mind jumping off to sexual thoughts whenever I'm trying to concentrate on something or trying to enjoy something or whatever, because that's always annoying when that happens. And the other thing, I'd say it happened, not really happened, it became more noticeable around the 3rd week, my skin getting very soft, and I love it, especially my legs. My legs feel really soft, my face feels really soft, I love it. Although, I'm not really sure, I mean, going by feel alone doesn't make me very sure of the results. I was going to see about testing the electrical resistivity of my skin beforehand and after, or at certain points through my transition, and that may, I believe, show differences in skin softness because skin softness is also a bit to do with the skin thickness. So thinner skin is, I think, less resistive. But since I don't actually have actual tests that I've done or I'm doing right now for skin softness, just kind of random feel, it's more of anecdotal information. But yeah, I think I feel a lot like my skin's a lot softer. I like that. Now, I'd have to say that I haven't noticed any like emotional changes. At least I haven't noticed. There could be emotional changes. Who knows? I still feel like I'm running the same type of operating system inside of my head, but I have noticed that I see myself differently. Kind of like the definition of who I am is slightly different. Even when I'm looking at older pictures of me, it's not that it's not that I personally have changed that much for me to identify that there's a change, but that the internal bits of me have changed slightly enough. But it could just be that I'm happier with myself. Because that's another thing. Now that I've started transition, I'm just happy that I started, and that's relieved a lot of depression, or a lot of like sources of depression. So I'm a lot happier because this is what I've been needing to do. Because even if I realize that this is not what I want, I will have gone through the effort, and I will know why I didn't want to do it if I discover I don't need to do it. Whereas if I didn't do it, I would be like always thinking, what if? And I can't have that. I gotta know, even if, especially if it means that I have to try it out, otherwise it'll haunt me. That was a little tangent. Now, one interesting thing is that now I have the empty medicine bottles. I got a refill, don't worry. But these containers are actually quite cool. I might keep them around to put resistors and capacitors and stuff in. They're pretty nice little containers. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this 1 month video, and thanks for watching. See ya!